Hello, I'm Dr. James Chen, and even at 90 years old, I still maintain a full medical practice, exercise daily, and teach at our local medical school. The secret to my endless energy? It's not what you might expect. Look around you. How many people do you know who constantly complain about feeling tired, who rely on multiple cups of coffee just to make it through the day? If you're like most people, you're probably nodding right now. What if I told you that the solution to chronic fatigue isn't found in expensive supplements or energy drinks, but in a simple 2-minute technique that's been hiding in plain sight for centuries? Let me tell you about Sarah, a 45-year-old executive who came to my clinic last year. She was at her breaking point, struggling to keep her eyes open during important meetings, lacking the energy to play with her children after work. She'd tried everything: premium coffee beans, energy drinks, vitamin B12 shots, even prescription medications. Nothing provided lasting relief. But within just 2 weeks of learning the technique I'm about to share, she was transformed. Not only did she stop needing her afternoon coffee, but she also had enough energy to start morning yoga and still keep up with her kids after a full day at work. Now, you might be thinking, Dr. Chen, if this technique is so effective, why isn't everyone doing it? That's exactly what I thought when I first discovered it during my early medical practice in rural China. Initially, I was skeptical too. After all, I was trained in modern Western medicine at Johns Hopkins. But after witnessing countless patients regain their vitality using this method, and seeing the latest neurological research validates its effectiveness, I couldn't ignore the results. Before I explain the fascinating science behind this technique and show you exactly how to do it, I'd love to know where in the world you're watching from. Comment below, and let me know if chronic fatigue is affecting your life or someone you care about. You see, what most doctors won't tell you is that fatigue isn't just about sleep or stress. It's about a crucial nerve pathway that, when properly stimulated, can revolutionize your body's energy production. This discovery changed not only my patients' lives, but also my own medical practice forever. Let me share another remarkable case that opened my eyes to the power of this technique. Michael, a former marathon runner, came to me after contracting a severe viral infection that left him barely able to climb a flight of stairs. Traditional treatments had helped him recover from the infection, but his energy never returned. He'd lost his job, his marriage was struggling, and depression was setting in. What many doctors miss is that chronic fatigue isn't just about depleted energy reserves. It's often about disrupted nerve signaling that prevents our bodies from properly accessing their natural energy systems. You see, inside each of our cells are tiny powerhouses called mitochondria. Think of them as millions of microscopic batteries. When working properly, they produce all the energy we need. But modern life, with its constant stress, processed foods, and electromagnetic pollution, can actually shut down these powerhouses. That's where this ancient technique comes in. It focuses on stimulating specific points along the vagus nerve, our body's master control switch for energy production. This nerve network, running from our brainstem through our major organs, is like an information superhighway that can either amplify or dampen our energy systems. During my years practicing in rural China, I observed elderly farmers who worked long days in the fields, yet maintained remarkable energy levels. They practiced a simple daily ritual targeting specific nerve points, something their families had done for generations. When I began researching this practice, I discovered it aligned perfectly with modern neuroscience's understanding of how the vagus nerve influences cellular energy production. The technique I'm about to share works by activating what I call the energy triangle, 3 specific points along the vagus nerve pathway that, when stimulated in the right sequence, trigger a cascade of energy-boosting responses throughout your body. It's like jumping a car battery, but instead of using cables, we're using precise pressure points that have been mapped out through centuries of practice and validated by modern research. What makes this method so revolutionary is its simplicity and immediate effectiveness. Unlike supplements that take weeks to build up in your system, or caffeine that provides a temporary boost followed by a crash, this technique actually helps your body optimize its own energy production system. The fascinating thing about this technique is how it combines ancient wisdom with modern science. When we stimulate these specific points, we're actually activating what neurologists call the vagal tone. Think of it like tuning a guitar string to the perfect pitch. When your vagal tone is optimized, your entire body operates more efficiently. Here's what happened when I showed Michael these pressure points. I guided his fingers to the first point, located just behind and below his ear, what traditional Chinese medicine calls the heaven's window. As he applied gentle pressure for just 30 seconds, his breathing naturally deepened. Then we moved to the second point, at the base of his throat, the energy gate. Finally, we targeted the third point, about 2 inches below his belly button, known as the Sea of Energy. The transformation was remarkable. Within minutes, his complexion changed from pale to rosy. His eyes brightened. But more importantly, when he returned a week later, he reported sleeping through the night for the first time in months. By week 3, he was jogging again. Within 2 months, he completed a 5K race. What's happening here isn't magic, it's pure physiology. These pressure points activate specific branches of the vagus nerve, triggering the release of acetylcholine, a crucial neurotransmitter that enhances mitochondrial function. It's like flipping on thousands of microscopic power switches throughout your body. But here's what makes this technique truly revolutionary. Unlike caffeine or energy drinks that force your body to produce energy by flooding it with stimulants, this method works by optimizing your body's natural energy production systems. It's sustainable, safe, and actually becomes more effective with regular practice. I've seen this work for people of all ages and conditions. There was Maria, a 68-year-old grandmother who thought her low energy was just part of aging, until she learned this technique and started keeping up with her grandchildren again. And James, a 35-year-old tech executive who eliminated his energy drinks completely after just 1 week of practicing these pressure points. Think of your body's energy system like a garden hose. When it's kinked, water can barely flow through. Many of us are walking around with kinked energy pathways due to stress, poor posture, and modern lifestyle habits. This technique essentially straightens out those kinks, allowing energy to flow freely again. Now, let me show you exactly how to perform this life-changing technique. Place your fingers about 1 inch behind your earlobe, where the skull meets the neck. You'll feel a slight depression there. Apply gentle pressure, about the same amount you'd use to test if a peach is ripe. Hold for 30 seconds while taking slow, deep breaths. Next, move to the base of your throat, finding the soft spot just above your collarbone in the center. Use 2 fingers to press gently for another 30 seconds. Many of my patients report feeling a warm sensation spreading through their chest at this point. That's your vagus nerve awakening. Finally, place your palm 2 inches below your belly button. Apply firm but comfortable pressure for 1 minute while breathing deeply into your belly. This activates what traditional Chinese medicine calls the dantian, your body's energy center. The key is performing this sequence twice daily, first thing in the morning and again around 2 p.m., when most people experience their afternoon energy dip. Remember, consistency is crucial. Sarah, the executive I mentioned earlier, noticed subtle improvements by day 3. But the truly remarkable changes came after 2 weeks of faithful practice. However, I must emphasize some important precautions. If you have any neck injuries or cardiovascular conditions, consult your healthcare provider first. Pregnant women should avoid the belly point and focus only on the upper 2 points. And while it's rare, if you experience dizziness or unusual sensations, stop immediately and seek medical attention. What makes this technique particularly powerful is its cumulative effect. Each time you perform it, you're essentially retraining your nervous system to maintain higher energy levels naturally. It's like strengthening a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger and more efficient your energy system becomes. Let me share something fascinating that happened with Michael, the former marathon runner. After 3 weeks of practicing this technique, we conducted a heart rate variability test, a key indicator of vagal tone and overall health. His scores had improved by 47%, showing that his body was actually becoming more efficient at producing and managing energy. The beauty of this method lies in its simplicity and accessibility. Unlike expensive supplements or time-consuming exercises, this technique requires nothing but your own hands and a few minutes of your time. Yet its effects can be profound, especially when combined with proper hydration and regular movement throughout the day. To enhance the effectiveness of this technique, I recommend combining it with 3 simple daily habits that my most successful patients have adopted. First, start your day with a glass of room-temperature water mixed with a 1/4 teaspoon of natural sea salt. This helps activate your vagus nerve first thing in the morning. Second, take 3 deep belly breaths before each meal. This primes your digestive system and improves nutrient absorption. Finally, try to get at least 10 minutes of morning sunlight, which helps regulate your body's natural energy rhythms. I've seen this combination work wonders. Take Elena, a 52-year-old teacher who'd struggled with afternoon fatigue for decades. Within just 1 month of implementing these practices alongside the pressure point technique, she reported feeling more energetic than she had in her 30s. Her success inspired several of her colleagues to try the method, and now their entire break room has become an informal energy-boosting station. Some of my patients ask if this technique can be too effective, if it might make them feel jittery or overstimulated like caffeine does. The beautiful thing about this method is that it helps your body find its natural energy balance. You won't feel artificially stimulated. Instead, you'll experience what I call sustainable vitality, steady, reliable energy that lasts throughout the day. Remember, this isn't just about having more energy. It's about reclaiming your natural vitality. When you're properly energized, everything in your life improves. Your work performance, your relationships, your emotional well-being, even your immune system functions better. The results I've seen in my practice have been nothing short of remarkable. Patients who once needed naps just to make it through the day are now enjoying active evenings with their families. People who relied on multiple cups of coffee are finding they need less and less. Even those with chronic health conditions report feeling more resilient and capable of managing their daily activities. What's particularly exciting is seeing how this technique has helped people of all ages, from busy parents to retirees, from office workers to athletes. The principles work universally because they're based on fundamental human physiology. Your body knows how to produce energy efficiently. Sometimes it just needs a gentle reminder of how to access that ability. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize that transforming your energy levels isn't about forcing your body to do more. It's about removing the blocks that prevent your natural vitality from flowing freely. This technique, combined with the simple daily habits I've shared, can help you tap into energy reserves you might not even know you had. Think of your body's energy system like a garden. With proper care and attention, it naturally flourishes. The pressure points we've discussed are like opening the irrigation gates, allowing life-giving energy to flow where it's needed most. Your role is simply to maintain this flow through consistent, gentle practice.